This one's great, isn't it? I mean, I don't think it really classes a hat, but I'm not really sure what it is. I mean, what? What purpose does this thing serve? Apart from to make you look a complete, well, I can't really say it on camera. I mean, it's not, I suppose it keeps quite warm actually, and it would keep your ears warm. But I don't know, I'll have to try it maybe walking up to the school to pick my son up. Don't think he'd thank me, do you? Dave's a bit worried about coming near me because I think he thinks, look, his eyes are really scared. Look, oh, oh. Yeah, all right, Dave. It's only me. Look, should I take it off? Do you recognise me now? Look, he's coming in for a cuddle then. Oh, it's all right, Dave. It's okay. Oh no, okay. I'll get rid of it. Oh, he's a bit of a nervous dog, this one. Right, well, Dave, come on, I can't be doing with this. Off you go. Right, we're going to talk about production. Okay. So I always think job batch and flow is quite straightforward, but every year people say, what is batch again? What is flow again? So job production, imagine your wedding cake. You want purple flowers with green polka dots on it, and the next person wants black flowers and purple ribbons. Job production is making a one-off product for particular customer requirements. It requires skilled workers because they need to be flexible. They need to be able to make the product to those specifications, and obviously that puts the cost up because you're having to pay those skilled workers, but the customers are willing to pay more because they know they're getting a one-off product and it's a premium product. Worker satisfaction is more interesting for the workers, so they should be more motivated, so provide a better service and more efficient. However, it can take longer because you're having to get the equipment set up, the machinery set up, etc., and customers might have to wait longer for their products. The next one then is batch, and batch production is where you're making a group of products at the same time. And if we stick with the bakery theme, this is where you might make a batch of cupcakes, and it also says on the notes here you can make it in stages, so you do a separate part of the production and then put it all together. And it can be more flexible as a production technique. However, you're going to have lots of storage for all your different parts that you might need during the production. And also, while you're changing your machinery over and for changing the production line over, there's going to be downtime while the business isn't actually producing anything. And then flow production. This is the one, if you imagine, we've seen a video about Pringles. The factory is all machines, the machinery is got on a conveyor belt and the tubes are flying along and the crisps are going in like that and the lids are going like that, and it's just constantly moving. Imagine it all flowing around the factory. It's usually nowadays machines, but it can be people. It can be people doing one role, so that's where you get specialisation. So a worker only does one part of one small part of that whole process. We've seen, I think on the Pringles video, somebody has to stand there and actually check the quality and chuck away any Pringles that aren't up to standards. So you can use unskilled workers, but it can be expensive to set up flow production. But the problem with flow production is it's harder to switch. So it's less flexible, and I think I've said it before. If Pringles suddenly said, well, we want to produce a bag of crisps instead of a tube, that would be very difficult, wouldn't it? Because they're set up to produce tubes and not bags. However, it's very, very productive, especially if you're using machinery. It doesn't need a break, it can keep going. Okay, you've got to have skilled staff in case it breaks down and to program robots, but hopefully overall your unit costs come down. And the only workers you've got actually on the production line, if it's machinery, will be skilled workers, so you just need a few of those. If you have got a flow production line where it's individual workers doing the tasks, then they're likely to be less specialised, and so they will be cheaper. So I'm going to carry on with this topic, and I'm going to talk about the advantages of using technology in production. Now, if you do DT, you might already know that, but using technology means you can reduce your number of workers, fairly obvious. You can be more competitive if your costs are lower. You can be more competitive. That's the one. Competitive. I've wished my teeth in. That means that you can operate with lower costs, so you can either make more profit or you can lower your price and undercut the competition. Machinery technology can be more accurate, improves quality, and I've already said that it can keep running. It doesn't need to go out for a break. And the disadvantages are the high cost initially, higher skilled workers. Breakdown of machines can cause downtime when the machines aren't working. And then, just moving on a bit, productivity and production is not actually on your course, but I do think it's important that you understand the difference. Productivity is how much each employee makes. So if you want to improve productivity, then it means you've got to get your workers working harder. It doesn't mean you employ more workers. And production is actually making things. And if you're efficient, you're making the best possible use of what you've got. So hopefully you are revising efficiently to make the best use of your time. Now, I always like to show you another little finger puppet, don't I? So this is really important now. Apparently I think there's 28,000 varieties of bees around the world or something, I read the other day. But this is quite a cute bee. Obviously completely unrealistic. If you saw that coming towards you, you wouldn't think it was cute. You'd go, ah, look at the size of that bee. Somebody would try and swat it, wouldn't they, knowing you in the classroom? Whereas we should be looking after our bees. And I don't think bees have those lovely crackly wings. I think that's designed for toddlers. So yes, anatomically completely hopeless. I'm not sure what this one would be like at picking up pollen and pollinating flowers. But anyway, I shall love you and leave you. That was production.